I'm wondering if you've looked at the amount of buzz this has generated and kind of thought, well, to his point, to Conor's point, the fight is even bigger now. So yeah, it maybe wasn't the plan, but let's roll with this, and now it's an even bigger fight, and we'll make more money at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. But Conor will fight again. Is it fair to everybody that's sitting up here? I mean, people came in from Poland and Brazil. I mean, how many times do I got to say that? I mean, is that fair?
Well,
huh?
Well, I was told as a young kid, life is sometimes not fair, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people get special treatment, and I feel like...
But it's not right. It sets a bad precedent. It's not the deal.
Okay.
It's not the deal, man. These guys came in from all over the world, and they're here, and it's been that way for 16 years. People have been doing their PR. We even, and Nate just said it. We've had our moments. You ask me, is it So we're spending $10 million. We put up all the money. We're spending $10 million in promotion on this fight, and we can't even shoot a commercial with the main event.
He did say New York, though. Were you open to negotiation as far as doing it next week?
The whole production crew is here. They came in from L.A., and they're shooting all these guys here. They've been shooting the commercial the last 3 days.
Okay, one last thing. Just I wanted to get
your... I know it's not. It sounds like it's that easy. It's not that easy. Conor, listen, Frankie and Jose are going to fight, and Conor will fight the winner.
Okay. So what's your response to Nate saying that if he doesn't get Conor at 200, he's not interested in being a part of the card?
Yeah, we'll work that out. We'll talk, and we'll figure it out. The thing is that I didn't want to screw him out of UFC 200. You know what I mean? If he wanted to be a part of this thing and wanted to fight, then I wanted to give him that opportunity.
Okay. I guess the part I'm just not understanding is if he wants to fight and Conor wants to fight and everyone wants to fight, why not just make the fight?
Next question.
Thank you, Dana.
I know. Life's tough. Ariel said it.
Question for Dana.
Yep.
Dana, if you do find a new opponent for Nate, and if it is not, in fact, Conor McGregor, would the fight remain in the main event slot regardless of who the opponent is, or would that be determined
Say
later?
that again? What would what?
If Nate gets a new opponent, okay, would he stay in the main event slot, or could he possibly...
Well, one of the title fights would be the main event. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, is it a lock that it would be a welterweight fight? I mean, I realize the welterweight champion doesn't have a fight right now and the lightweight champion does, but could it possibly be back at 155?
That's up to Nate. We'd have to talk about that. Like I said, we gave Conor every opportunity to be here today. So we haven't really talked to Nate about any options yet. We will.
Dana, could you also confirm the accuracy of the reports that we heard that when you were trying to work this out with McGregor, he was offered a private plane, he was offered to have all the gym equipment shipped over stateside? Is that all true?
All these guys were flying private for the press tour. Yeah, they were all flying private. It was from Vegas to Stockton to New York. Yeah.
And finally, on that subject, is it possible, I'm assuming all the guys have and ladies have a clause in their contract about doing reasonable promotion for a fight once they're contracted to do it. Is there a possibility that a fighter that wouldn't do that after they signed a bout agreement would be in breach of contract?
What's that?
Could a fighter be in breach of contract if they agreed to a fight but then did not promote the fight after it was scheduled?
I don't know. We're not going there. I mean, everybody knows that that's the deal. We're not talking breach here. Conor, it is what it is.
How do you plan on filming the commercials for Nate, given that he doesn't have an opponent yet? Would that leave it open for Conor to still film commercials?
Well, he pretty much just said, I don't want to fight anybody but Conor. So, I don't think me and Nate are going to have a long conversation about this. Seems pretty simple.
So there's still the possibility of you filming more commercials somewhere else for UFC 200, given that there's still arguably another title fight that can be made?
Maybe, maybe not, yeah. But listen, I'm obviously working on something that I'm not telling you.
All right, good enough.
I just want to be on a commercial.
Am I disappointed? Listen, Conor's done some great things for us too. I'm not mad at Conor. This thing just is what it is. Obviously, as you continue to see in here today and everywhere else, it's an unpopular decision, but it's the right decision.
Thanks.
Yep.
Question for Dana. You just mentioned that it might be an unpopular decision. UFC 200 is I think bigger than just your average event. It has some significance to it. You know, you guys have been talking about it for a long time. Do you think that it can be as big without Conor McGregor after he was already, you know, scheduled to headline the card? Do you think it can still be as big without him?
Listen, Conor has a huge fan base. Conor, you know, people love to see Conor fight. When he does media, it's second to none. I think he's one of the best ever when he does interviews and things like that. But yeah, UFC 200 is going to go on. It's going to happen, and you know, it is what it is.